There's also a power problem, I think. At least here, GPs we are like down and partialists, I like it, are up. And so we speak to them from downstairs, no? And they are, bueno, I don't know if you feel the same, but I feel that because they have, and I have to tell to myself, no, you have the knowledge of the person and his their environment and all that. But they feel, and a lot of us do feel too, that they have more knowledge, they have all these guidelines, and they start talking us. And sometimes it's something you have read in a scientific magazine, and you say, but they don't read the same as we do, or what happens? Because they are telling the opposite, but with this
confidence
that you say, wow, if we had more self-confidence in our capacities and the values of primary care and how people trust us and what we can afford, no? And this kind of protection of patients from the from the health system. But I feel we don't believe in ourselves. I don't know if in UK is different, but here we think we have a subaltern. I don't know if that exists in subaltern role, but inside us, and also in some symbolic way in the health system.
Okay, well, we mustn't have it inside us. I think it is better. I think that aspect is better in the UK because we have such a long history, and I think we've had longer to build the mutual respect. It's really important that the young doctors do not internalize that hierarchy, because it's completely wrong. And we do the most difficult job in healthcare. There's no doubt about it, because of the degree of uncertainty. Even though I'm arguing that it's such a great thing, it's still it's a responsibility. It's a heavy responsibility. So we absolutely should not internalize it. There are a few tactics. I sometimes would write to a consultant who'd done something that looked to me particularly stupid. I would write and say, I'm really interested in your suggestion for the management of this patient, and I'd be hugely grateful if you could point me towards the scientific references which support this course of action. It's very good. People are most surprised. And
do they answer?
This occasionally, yes. And even if they don't answer, you know, you've marked their card that you're watching them, and you don't think much of what they're doing, you know. And I think like when your computer breaks or your telephone breaks, and you ring up the helpline and you say this isn't working, and they say, oh, we're testing it. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it, and suddenly it works. You know, I think that same sort of thing applies. So I think it's always worth fighting back, which I know you do, having watched you in operation this morning, and very important not to internalize. And I think we have to critique, because we're there to protect our patients. So if we think they're not getting the right treatment, we should challenge somebody. The other thing is junior hospital doctors, you know, the young doctors in hospital. My colleague in the practice once wrote this brilliant letter to a junior hospital doctor who had written a letter telling the GP what blood tests to send off. And he wrote, I know it's very difficult being a junior hospital doctor and being at the bottom of the food chain. But I want you to know that I am not below you in the food chain, and it is for me to decide what blood tests I'll do, and I do not do instructions from you. I mean, it was a 3-page letter. It was a totally brilliant letter that I don't think this young doctor will ever ask a GP to do blood test for him in the same sense. So fighting back is always worth it.